Hello guys, good evening. Could you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. So hope my screen is visible here. And today we are going to cover the topic of AWS. So before that, we have done with basics of cloud and what is cloud computing and difference between on-premises and cloud computing. And then I have skipped the advantages of cloud computing and let me teach you now. And then we have done with models of cloud. That is deployment models of cloud, public, private, and hybrid, and service model of cloud, that is IWAS, infrastructure as a service, PWAS, platform as a service, SWAS, software as a service. And then for today's session, we are going to tell like what are the main advantages of cloud computing, and then what is AWS, what are the hierarchy we have in AWS, and infrastructure of AWS. That will be classified into three, that is what is region, what is availability zone, and what is edge location. These are the topic will be involved in AWS infrastructure. So here is a part three, that is advantages of a cloud computing, that is the top advantages.
Hi, hello.
Yes, who's this?
Ma'am, I'm Ashwati.
Okay.
I'm joining from today.
Okay.
That's what, ma'am.
Okay, Ashwati. So we have done with the basic intro of cloud only. There is no much. So kindly watch
Okay.
the recording. If you
Okay.
have any doubts, right, you can fill me out. I will
Uh,
be
okay.
assisting.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, guys. So we have a top advantages of cloud computing is, so we do have a cost saving in a mandatory thing. So first step will be cost saving. So in cloud, that is before cloud, there will be a huge cost, like having additional of cost and hidden cost. Everything will be making in a merchant way. So if you are just buying the server or if you are just renting the server, everything they will be getting in a huge manner. That is, you need to get a people. That is, you are going to get from one people. That one people will be getting help from another things. So they do have a commission based systems. So if the commission based system will be in a huge form, in a sense, not only the one people, they will be getting four or five or six in a sense. That is a lot of upfront cost. So there will be a commission based things and everything not only gonna handle by the single person. So there is an upfront investment of what are the things to be involved, or five peoples or six peoples, whatever the commission based will be. Either it is a 2% or 5% or 10%, whatever may be. There is an extra cost. So that is the lack of our money. So we have some budget pricing. If not, in a sense, that will be getting cost effective and we can't able to rent in a much manner. So we have already planned to rent five servers or six servers in a sense. If the budget is high, we'll be getting only one server or two server. So in addition, not to have upfront cost, here cloud computing will be have a main advantage. So there is no upfront investment in either hardware or infrastructure. And that is the main thing is you're going to pay as you go, pay as you use. So what you're just using it, you're going to pay for that. And it is the best cost of maintenance. Like you can reduce the cost on maintenance, on power and cooling and IT staffs, everything. So in short, there will be no upfront hardware cost. So you can pay only for what you're going to be used. And second thing is scalability. So here scalability in a sense, you can instantly scale up or scale down your resources based on your need. Example, so you guys already know we have some e-commerce websites. So e-commerce in a sense, that is Flipkart, Amazon, Meesho, Myntra, and etc. So you have a n number of e-commerce website. So what happens? There will be a sale in a normal time. Like if you don't have a sale time, you can go with a normal period of time in a sense. There will be an upfront of having only the 4 to 5 server will be getting enough to run the website. So what happens if you're just getting this sale time? That is, you're getting Black Friday or Big Billion Days and sale on Wednesday. This is all about product clearance. That is, your product is going to be cleared and there will be a coming in a discount way or some offers. Everything will be getting involved. So that time, usual walk-ins of the user will be getting in a high demand. So if approximately there will be a 3 to 4 lakhs of users walk in a normal time in a sense, while we have a sale time, there will be a millions of users. Just approximately, just for a basic understanding. I'm just justifying it. So you have a e-commerce sites and they will be getting in a usual time of 4 to 5 servers and user will be walking in a normal time is 3 to 4 lakhs. While if you're going with a sale time, there will be a millions of users just to grab the offers, just to buy the product. So what happens here? You need to maintain everything. If you're not in a cloud in a sense, you need to maintain everything. So for the thing, you need to go and buy the servers for the particular time, and you can't able to rent from a merchant. So in cloud, what the scalability is, it will be automatically add one server or two or three based on your needs. So we have a sale time. So here scalability refers scale up. That is scale up refers to you can just add the count of the server. Scale down indicates you can decrease the count of the server. So not only the server, the entire application also. The application features we have inside the resources. Well, not only the server, you can able to scale up the CPU, memory, and storage, networking, whatever may be. You can just rent or you can just scale up or scale down based on your needs. What actually you need it. Everything will be gonna have it. So you have a website that is e-commerce website. In that particular things, usual walk-in is enough with having 4 to 5 servers. But in a sale time, 4 to 5 server is not enough because of million users have in a walk-in time. So you can just add the count of the server, and once the sale is getting over, that is getting binded, you can able to scale down the particular server. That is reinvestment will be coming out. That is 4 to 5 servers getting back. So in sale time, you are getting 10 to 15 servers in a sense. If you don't need the 10 to 15 servers to be pay in a normal form, you can just decrease. That is called as scale down. So if you need, you can add it. If you don't need, you can just scale down. That is what the scalability refers to. So this is just for ideal for your business with changing or growing the demands. You can just support by auto scaling and in short, easily increase or easily decrease resources based on your use cases that is on trend. And third thing is high availability. So high availability indicates so cloud providers offers you to have 99.99.9 percentage. So high availability indicates 99.9 percentage uptime. That is not getting your application to down or higher, and data is stored in a multiple locations here. So high availability indicates you have a frequent of high time and they will be getting support if you're just facing a downtime. Downtime indicates if the same thing here will be a getting example. In a normal use cases of having the million users in the same 4 to 5 servers in a sense, this will be not possible to maintain. So you will be lack of a servers and the network will be getting crash and your internet stability will be getting corrupted, your application will be getting corrupted, everything will be facing an issue. So here high availability indicates if you are dealing with network traffic or if you are dealing with some downtime, you will be getting support for a some time. So that is what cloud computing will be offers you. There will be a not to let fully down, you can just able to satisfy in a downtime of a much time. So you can just get support from a cloud computing, that is cloud providers we have, and not to make fully down, you will be getting some support for particular time. That is not in a full time. Particular of time, not to get everything down, shut down, you will be getting some support. And also you will be getting automatic backups. And also you will be getting disaster recovery also. So you will be getting a number of data to be collected, that also in a backup manner and from a different zones. We have regions in a concept. Let me guide you in a future classes. So what is speed and agility? And we have some speed and agility in essence, quick deployment. So if you're using EC2 as a server, you need to launch a server here. For application you're going to use, that is you need to host some application. What happens? You don't need to wait for some like lots of time. While comparing to the other cloud providers, right? We need to wait for an hour. We need to wait for minutes. But here, comparing to other cloud providers or cloud we have in normal regions, we don't need to wait for a much time. We can just handle and we can just implement every process in a fraction of second and some period of time comparing to others. So you have enhanced innovation and you have a time to market. That is, you can just launch the apps and services in minutes. So here developers can test and launch the application faster. So quick deployment for the resources in minutes and not to getting no, weeks or days or months like that. So launching app and services in a minute, that will be a high resource of speed and agility. And then we have automatic updates. So automatic updates in a sense that you already know the maintenance. So you can just provide software updates or security patches and hardware upgrades, everything. Your team will be focused on the product development, not like an infrastructure level. So what actually you need, you can just go and concentrate in that way. Infrastructure things, that is the fountain. You need to just launch the how the water should be flow. That is your intention. But you don't need to maintain about the fountain, how it will be gonna structure and what are the plumber connections or water connections or cable connections you need to give. Everything you don't put in your mind. Simply you are going to concentrate how the water to be flow in what design. So this is the same thing. About the software updates only are going to be used And what are the security related things? You are going to submit your requirements actually for what the thing you actually need it. Based on your requirements, they will be getting help out. So you can provide a handles of updates or system maintenance. Everything will be the backend process, everything guided in a cloud way. So you need to just concentrate on your work. That is your application things, how to deploy, how to maintain, when to submit. Everything you need to take care. And back end of the projects will be getting handled by the cloud things. And the next thing is global reach. So here what you can do is you can provide a low latency level. So low latency. What is latency in a sense? Time taken to complete a request. So latency in a sense, time taken to complete a request. For example, you have a Chrome has a browsing things. You're just hitting something. Example, you're just hitting has a chat GPT. So what happens? This particular chat GPT name you can just enter in a Chrome, either Google or a Chrome. That request to be initiated to the internet level. So that will be getting processed. So that will be getting searched, right? That will be loading and get you the results. The results that you show that you have just projected, right? That is what time taken to complete a request. So you have just enter a chat GPT to search, and that particular pages will be reflected as a result, right? In a faster manner, in a sense, that will be called as low latency. So the result that shows in a faster manner, that is called low latency, and the result that will be show in a low manner, that is in a slow process, that will be calling as high latency. So latency means time taken to complete a request. Low latency in a sense, faster time to complete a request. High latency in a sense, slow time to take a complete a request. So this is what the latency means. So global reach, that is you can deploy your application from the multiple regions around the world, that is globally, and you can provide a low latency access from a user from anywhere in the location. So in a sense, what happens, it will be helps a businessmen or women go for international access quickly, and they will be deploying the process everything in a quick way. So in short, you can access from anywhere with the internet in a latency method, that is you have a low latency and high latency. But cloud often offers you to have a low latency method to complete the request as faster than faster. And then security. So security in a sense, you have a leading cloud providers that has been using an advanced encryption option. Encryption and authentication options. So you have a leading cloud providers that will be using advanced encryption and not to theft your data, not to implement your own personal access, everything. So you have some access controls and you have firewalls. Firewalls in a sense, extra security layer. And you have a complement standards. So there will be a shared responsibility model. So you have a secured of cloud and not only the environment, everything by your data, resources, environment, everything you will be getting in an encrypted manner. So you can access this from anywhere via the internet, and also you have a very safe and secure options. So you have n number of encryption methods, and they everything will be not comes under basic and model. Everything will be comes under advanced level of encryption. And disaster recovery that I have already told you, right? So even we have some corrupted systems, the data not to be lost. Even we have some system failures, data loss, or cyber attacks. Everything will be not as a matter, and you can just have a backup and restore options in every services, and you get quick recovery from system failures, either the data loss or like having a cyber attacks. So in short, you will be getting strong security measures and compliance. And at last, you have remote access. So you guys know what is remote. Remote in a sense, you will be in a one place and the work will be in a one place. So the same thing. You will be presented in some regions or location. You can just access anywhere in the world. By sitting in one place, you can just access everything through the global things you can just access. So supports the remote work, like you can just enable the work from anywhere. So these are the main advantages of cloud computing. These are the features we have inside the cloud. Any doubts, guys?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And now we can just move to the AWS. So as I have already introduced about the cloud, that is AWS. So what is in a sense you have AWS in a comprehensive cloud computing platform, and it was purely provided by the Amazon. So over you have 200 plus fully featured services. So you have 200 plus fully featured services. Everything can be handled by your own. So we have 4 services to learn in this particular session, and you will be offer a wide range of services that enables to have business things, storage, database, and other IT resources as based on your needed. So without the need to invest in a physical hardware or managing the complex infrastructure, you can just use your services when it is already needed or based on use cases, you can just use it. And this is launched in the year of 2006, and it is purely beyond of having Amazon, no like having some partnerships. So AWS will be comes under the Amazon, Microsoft, that is Azure, will be comes under the Microsoft, and GCP cloud will be includes of Google. So everyone is maintained by their own use cases. So it involves in a public platform. It is not a private platform. That is, cloud is not a private platform. You will be involving of a public platform. If you need in a private mode, you can just switch on in a private mode inside the applications and services. So what are the services you are going to use? Everything you can just have a turn on option of private mode and public mode. So you can just own of that. And as per 2024, there is no 2025 update still now. So in Max, as per 2024, you have 33 regions. I will explain you what is regions. So you have locations, that is 33 regions as a main data centers, and you can have a 105 of ability zone across 190 plus countries. So what is regions in a sense? So this is your global infrastructure map. It is officially launched by your AWS zones. So you can just type like having AWS region, ability zone, like that, AWS regions, and you can just scroll down. Here you have a link for that. So this is how actually you can just open it. And who are the users of AWS is the popular brand that will be a Netflix, right? So for streaming and content delivery, Netflix also using AWS, and the Airbnb. I think some guys will be get here of that Airbnb. So for searching the international vacation trips, everything will be hosted in a backend of AWS. And NASA and also the government agencies, startup companies, enterprises like industry level, they are also in hand of using AWS. Okay. So let me tell you what is region. Region, availability, zone, and edge location. So these three will be calling as AWS infrastructure. So region in a sense, it is called as a data center. So region in a sense, it is also called as data center. Data center in short is you have a group of servers in a single place that will be calling as data center. So group of servers in a single place that will be calling as a data center. And the cloud providers I have told you, right? Who are the who will be called as cloud providers in a sense? The owner of the server. The owner of the server will be calling as the cloud provider. That is AWS that you already I have informed. AWS, Azure, GCP, and so on. So data center in a sense group of servers that is located in a single place. And that also be called as master data center. So master data center in a sense where multiple server will be getting implemented in a single place. So multiple servers will be hosted in single place. So just be okay with this concept. This is the actual terminologies to be learned in a detailed way. So data center in a sense, a group of servers that is located in a single place. And master data center in a sense, multiple servers will be hosted in a single place. So there will be only one server that will be calling as a data center. Either it will be calling as region or data center. And cloud providers. Who are the cloud providers in a sense? The owner of the server. You have a owner for the server. They will be calling as a cloud provider. Individually, isolatedly, they will be maintaining everything. The server that will be calling as a cloud providers. And for the brief definition of data center and region is, so we have some separate geographical areas. So where AWS and infrastructure is located. Each region is to be designed and to be have a independent and isolated from other regions. That is what the image I have just been referred. So here in this regions and availability zone, we have some point, right? So this point, that is location is called as Canada West. Canada West is a region. So here we have Oregon. Oregon is the region here. And we have Mexico. Mexico is a region here. So how AWS provider, that is your owner of the AWS, will be allocate a location in a sense. If you have people, they will be using most things, that is where multiple people using a large population using AWS in a sense, that particular place will be located as a region. In simple terms, the place where most population or organization using AWS, that particular place allots as a region by the AWS provider. So the region can be either city or country, etc. Everything. The main term is where the people, where the population, or where the organization using AWS in a huge manner, that particular location will be allowed as a region. And this is the basic things of region. You have some isolated separate things. Canada West, Oregon, Northern California, everything in a isolated fault. So each will be in a independent and having isolated from the region. Why they will be getting like that in a sense? You should maintain a fault tolerance. So consider that you have Canada West. So in Canada West, you have a at most of availability zone of 3. Availability zone in a sense, the backup data center. Each region will be having at least of 3 backup. That 3 backup in a sense availability zone. So the region Canada West considered to be have a name as US East in a sense. The availability zone, short form of A is that how it will be allocated in a sense. US East 1A, US East 1B, and US East 1C. So there will be a mandatory of having 3 availability zone for per region. If you have Canada, you have 3 availability zone. You have a Northern America, you have 3 availability zone. Maximum they will be comes under the 3 availability zone, and apart from that 5 or 6 or 7 based on the use cases they will be getting allotted. So region where a huge population and organization is using the AWS, that will be allotted as a region. So we have a backup that is called availability zone. So this means if an entire region experiences a failure in a sense, your application and data it can be still available in availability zone or regions. And most organization uses the region of North Virginia. That is North Virginia. So why they are just using in a sense? It is we have some personal reasons that North Virginia is launched the first region in AWS. So for the sentimental thing for them, comparatively they will be getting a low cost comparing to other regions and have higher configurations in hardware in North Virginia only. So most organization uses North Virginia for the sentimental of flag issues, and that the first place what's launched that is as a region is North Virginia. And this is what the region. And what is availability zone in a sense? You have a same thing. This allows you to distribute, you have an application across the multiple availability zone. So ensure you have high availability of a fault tolerance. So this is actually a backup for main data center. Around the data center, there will be a scattered of small data centers. That is what availability zone. So we'll let you know as a diagram and thing. So consider this is the region. So this is a region that is a data center. So what happens around this particular data center, we have small scattered things. So around the main data center, we have some scattered small data centers that will be calling as availability zone. Maximum there will be 3, more than 5 or 6 or 10, everything will be getting possible based on the use cases. If you have a region of high population to be used, they will be getting a lot of availability zone based on the use cases. So this is what the thing is. And then at last, edge location. So edge location in a sense, in simple words, So you are the user. Consider that you are a user from US. And what happens here? You are in need of searching some content. So what content? As an example, you will be searching some files related to cloud. So some files that related to cloud you are just been searching. So what happens here? You have some users, a request from a content. That content is file related to the cloud. And here DNS and AWS routing that will be directs your request for the nearest location. That is considered to be your searching file is presented in some regions. So if already someone is searched or some contents already stored as a cache, that particular things related to this document, the AWS edge location will be searching for you. And then it will be catched in a sense. It will be automatically returned immediately while fetching the content. While fetching the content, you will be getting automatically returned to the normal user and just giving the fetched content. If not fetched in a sense, the latency, that is the time taken to complete a request, that will be go in a higher manner. So if you just complete it in a seconds or some in a low latency level, the application or some content, whatever you have just searched for, that you will be getting in a as an immediate process. If not, you will be getting a delay of time. So in simple words, the content that you are just searching it, right, that edge location will be getting searched in the nearest regions. If you can just find the contents that in the nearest region, that will be fetching the content for you and just complete the request in a low latency method. If you don't have a low latency method, your content will be not getting in a higher manner to be get fetched. You can take some time or 10 minutes or 15 minutes like that. Edge location is a process to search the content, whatever the request came from, wherever the request came from India or US or Europe or Asia, everything will be getting involved. So wherever the user is just type and just give a search content of what content you need to be fetched, everything is gonna possible to search. And then once it is done, they will be getting submit your request as soon as possible. If the request is submitted in a low latency level, that is in a low time, that will be called as low latency. And in a high time, in a sense, that will be called as high latency level. So this is what the detail of edge location. Any doubts, guys? Is there any doubt for the entire topic what we have just learned for? Sorry. Okay, guys. So today's session will be completely fine to call off. And what about your AWS account creation? Is there anyone facing any issues of
Uh,
creating the account?
Yes, I am facing a issue I have entered the card details. After that, it's not taking my card details. Can I share the screen
Okay.
now? Can I share the screen?
Yeah, yeah, we can.
Yeah.
So just go to the Chrome and just enter AWS console login.
Yeah. Just let me.
Okay.
Just give me a time.
Yeah, sure.
see. Uh, Hello. Are you able to see now?
Yeah, yeah, just a
Hello.
minute.
Yeah. I am getting this issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am facing the
Mm,
issue here.
yeah, just a minute. So here you have just facing issue of a payment method. So there
Yes,
will
yes,
be some
yes.
common reasons to get a
Okay.
payment failed. So one
Okay.
is all about you have ensure that your card details of number or expiry date of billing address and your phone number to in a accurate manner. That is what is in our bank record, right? That you need
Okay.
to enter in a correct information.
No, I
And
have.
second thing is
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
and second thing is unsupported payment methods. So we have some peoples from US or India, everything will be getting fine. So some AWS account will be not accept the debit cards. You can just have certain cards like credit card also getting fine. So
we have
the
to.
card
We
type,
okay. We have
yeah,
to use on my card, or can I use on my friend's card like that?
yeah, neighbors card and colleagues card also be getting fine to involve.
Okay.
And third
Uh,
thing, main thing is unsupported method types. You have some RuPay or Razorpay, right? So you can
yes. Yes.
just go with RuPay or Visa or Razorpay. That will be getting fine. And
Okay.
credit card, if you are having in a sense, that will be a best option.
Okay. Is it mandatory to save card or here?
That is not a problem. You can just uncheck or you can just check it. Everything will be getting fine.
Oh, I have tried multiple times, but it's the I am getting the same issue.
Okay. And
Ma'am,
main
I
mandatory
also
thing
tried.
is okay. Just a minute, Gopika. So the
Okay, ma'am.
main mandate things for everyone. So not only for him and everyone. So you need to available of international transaction. If you're just getting payment in a failed manner, just contact your bank and then just let them know that you need to have an international transaction level. So you are just paying your amount in an international transaction things. So you must be enabled. Some peoples will be getting fined to have in a default manner, but some people will be facing these issues. So try with other cards. If you are just not working in this card, you can just try with other cards.
Yeah, yeah. First, I have tried with my colleague card, okay,
Okay.
and then after when I tried my colleague card, then also I faced the same issue. After that, I have tried with my card. Then again I am facing the same issue. I don't
Okay.
know. I
So
don't know what is the exact issue here. I don't know.
okay. So actually, we can't able to predict actually issue in this payment method. So these are the main four common reasons. So we should just be aware of these things. And
Okay.
if the card is expired or is in available thing.
No, no, no. The card is not expired. I have checked everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So just try with other cards.
Okay.
And if you're just facing the same issue, just let me know.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
Gopika, yeah, thank you. Gopika, are you there?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I also tried 4 cards, but
Mm-hmm.
the same issue I faced.
Okay. So same thing you need to do it. So just enable the international transaction or else try with other credit cards.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Okay. Others guys, done with account creation. So for tomorrow from tomorrow's class, there is a mandatory to have a AWS account.
After creating the AWS account, how many days it will take to activate it?
It may take around 24 hours to activate.
But yesterday I created at 3 o'clock,
Mhm.
and now also it's getting not activate like that.
Okay, you can just share your screen. I will be guiding you. Okay, this is all about your account is created, but you have not complete your registration. So just click on complete your registration and then you can just involve it.
Okay.
Okay. You have your account has been created, but the registration is pending.
Yeah.
Here after it will go to the payment option here. Yeah.
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 Okay. You can unshare your screen. And others? Okay. So make sure everyone will getting your AWS account by tomorrow. And default is right will be that is the payment option error. So I will just mark you as a consideration and I will let you know what to do. Try with other credit cards. So this will be can't able to predict actually your AWS account payment method of things. We can't able to predict the issues actually. But these are the four common types. So in starting time, I will be also getting the same error. So I'm just familiar with this concept, and then I have just tried with other cards. So the same thing, just implement it. I will be assisting you. Don't worry about that. Okay, guys. So if you have any doubts related to these things, you can stay, or else you can leave your sessions. We'll meet on tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.